Embrace the new year with the Ireland AM Step Challenge. Brought to you by My Life from Irish Life.
Now, today is Blue Monday, the day experts claim to be the most depressing day of the year.
Dr. Sinead Byrne joins us now alongside pharmacist and integrated health and wellness coach Mirriam Hussey to give us some advice on how we can beat the blues this January by improving our own mindsets and by building positive new habits for 2020. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
We kind of have to be careful because I feel like Blue Monday might trivialise some mental health issues. So why is it called Blue Monday? First of all, Sinead.
Well, I guess it's just this time of year. It's really hard when it's cold to sometimes get out and do the things we should do, like go for the walk. But I think people kind of sometimes don't realise if you've got the right gear, you can be out and taking exercise every single day of the year. It's all about the right gear, but I think people just find it's a bit cold, it's a bit harder to get out of bed, It's very different to the middle of the summer where the days are long and bright. The days are, still short, even though I even see the stretch. Yeah. And I feel a bit bad today because it's my sister's birthday, so happy birthday, Deirdre. It's still a good day and I will still eat lots of cake with you later on. But the way you just have to have things to look forward to and to cheer you up.
I presume there's also a bit of a post-Christmas slump, isn't there?
And most people have a few extra pounds on, from getting through the whole Christmas and all the food and things around. And I think they've probably spent a bit of money as well. And sometimes the reality it kicks in, maybe bills to pay and maybe not the distraction of Christmas, and it's still taking a little bit of time to get into the kind of brighter spring days. But generally I find patients just maybe there are some who find it hard to be motivated. It's great if you're the kind of person who can buddy up and walk with a friend and just say, like, I'll meet you and let's get out for a walk and chat. And you see those really motivated people every day of the year when you're out and about. But there are some people who really struggle, that they're still in bed by midday, that maybe they've been kind of staying up, eating the wrong foods, craving carbohydrates, and then they feel crap and they can't get out of bed.
So we're not really talking here, I suppose, about people who are suffering with something like depression necessarily. We're talking about just sort of a general lethargy that people feel in the month of January.
Yeah, or maybe just feeling a little bit down, maybe even mild depression, I suppose, where it's hard to kind of maybe get out, to kind of do all the right things. You'll always meet the kind of people who are, brilliant. They do their mindfulness every day. They kind of go out and they take their exercise, and you never really worry about people like that because they're doing all the things right and they're eating the right foods, and maybe they're still feeling a little bit down, but because they're doing all the right things and they're able to do the right things, they often don't run into difficulties,
And we say it is Blue Monday today, but there's other groups who will say you can have Blue Monday the 1st, the 2nd, 3rd, the 4th of January. You can kind of run throughout the month.
No, absolutely. I mean, I guess that's the thing to kind of be aware. Like, depression it's a different beast. You can be depressed at any time of the year. You can be very depressed in summer. But having said that, I never take patients off kind of antidepressants around this time of the year. It's just generally not a good idea until the days get a little bit longer.
But would you, as a GP, a practicing GP, would you see an upsurge in the number of people presenting at your practice with those feelings of being a bit down in the dumps, a bit blue, I guess, at this time of year?
Yeah, I do definitely see that, but probably even more so around Christmas. I think a lot of people kind of love Christmas and think it's fantastic, but for a lot of people it's actually probably even worse than now, because I think they're more aware of, everything is centred around family and happy families, and there's a lot of people that don't have happy families that maybe there's a lot of stress. It makes them feel worse, it makes them feel if you're eating Christmas dinner kind of on your own, or you're kind of reflecting on life, it's this time where everything is shut down, it can make people feel a lot worse. And then I guess, January just follows that. It takes a bit of time to build yourself up, But there's a few tips that you can do that, I always say to people if they're kind of a little bit borderline, and that is, to get an app on your phone. One of my favourites is Headspace. It's completely free, and there's 10 free sessions, and it is doing kind of mindfulness every 10 minutes. I know Mirriam is going to chat a bit more about that. And then exercise, no matter how hard it is, 30 minutes a day for 5 days a week, but the more the better. And start gradually. Some people are not natural exercisers, but even 10 minutes, even 15 minutes in your lunch break will absolutely boost the mood, you know, and it
even
gets the endorphins up. Even if you don't see
it as exercise, even if you just call it
movement,
fresh air, movement, creating just a bit of space for yourself. Isn't that what it is, Dr. Mirriam? Because I think when you put the label exercise on it, people maybe feel a bit different about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with what Sinead has said there. Really, I think if we replace the word exercise with movement, and really movement is so important. Obviously for the physical body, it releases our endorphins, which really are endogenous morphine, so we're creating our own morphine, pain relief, bliss. That's why people feel on a high after they exercise, and it's great to see the Ireland AM Step Challenge going on at the moment, and I'm delighted to take part of that with the Irish Life. But to remember as well that exercise or movement, it also has huge benefits on the mind. So when we have a lot of unexpressed, undissolved, or unreleased emotions from the body, they can literally build up in the body, and they can affect our mind, and they can affect our energy. And movement is a really simple way of moving that emotion out of the body. Really? Yeah, even if you look at the word emotion, it means energy in motion. So unless we move these emotions out of the body, express them in a healthy way, it enables us to, it rebalances our nervous system, and enables us to calm the mind, and enables us to invigorate, feel more fresh in mind as well as body.
And is one form of exercise better than the other? Should it be yoga, or can it be 20 minutes in fresh air walking around?
It can be absolutely anything, and I think bio-individuality, we're all different, so there's no two people the same. So it's finding something that works for you. And I'm very much into simplicity and stripping things back and going back to the basics. Movement can be even just getting up from your desk at lunch and taking a stretch, you know, going around, walking around the block for 10, 15 minutes, getting fresh air into the lungs. It can be a good workout, you know, it can be a yoga class. But it's also looking at other ways that we can help to, how do we create more ease in our lives? How do you create more, because I fundamentally believe the more ease we have in our life is the less dis-ease we have. And I've spent 10 years, well, 15 years really between studying and working in the pharmacy world. And I've seen, I suppose, the devastation of what can happen when something happens to our health. And I think it's important that we look at a kind of an integrated approach to our health. So we look at the mind, we look at creating more ease in the mind, reducing stress. I think one of the biggest things that we're facing in this modern world is this go, go, go busyness, and it's actually causing an imbalance in our nervous system.
So how do we take time out without sort of having to set aside an hour a day, which, let's face it, most of us feel that we don't have. Even if we do, we feel like we don't.
Yeah. Yes, so I think by setting up very simple, practical morning routines and nighttime routines are incredibly powerful and impactful ways that can enhance our mood and our energy. So if we can take, for example, win the first 5, 10 or 15 minutes in the morning. So how many of us will pick up our phone, we'll turn off the alarm, and next thing we're scrolling on Instagram, we're in WhatsApp, we're replying to emails, and straight away we're sucked into the stress world, and our nervous system is already going into fight or flight. So if we can start a morning by even taking 5 minutes, and before you get out of bed, close your eyes, place your hands on your heart, that will actually start to release oxytocin, which is one of our happy, bliss, snuggle hormones to make you feel safe. And just check in with, how am I feeling today? What is it I need today? And even by just taking 5 slow, deep cleansing breaths, it is one of the most powerful ways of getting us out of fight or flight, which is our stressful state of the nervous system, and into the opposite side, which is resting and digesting and repairing. 5 deep belly breaths, because it will signal to your body that there's no threat or no danger. Because when we're in fight or flight, we breathe from here, and we shallow, rapid breathe. So the minute you embrace in deep belly breathing, just inhale through the nose, let the belly rise almost like you're blowing up a balloon. There's a slight pause at the top, and then you exhale. That automatically resets the nervous system and allows it to balance. Other simple things would be close your eyes and just visualize the person you'd like to be that day. How is it you'd like to feel? What are the conversations you'd like to have? What is it you'd like to see yourself eating? What is it you'd like to see yourself drinking? What is the movement you'd like to see yourself doing? And gratitude. You know, before we get out of bed, just hands on the heart, what are 3 things I'm grateful for today? Because when we go into a space of gratitude, we flick something in our perspective. And if we have all our needs met, you know, if you have a bed and a roof over your head, if you have food in your fridge, if you have a job to go to, we are blessed. And sometimes we can tend to focus on the things we don't have or the negative things. And if we can just in the morning win those 5, 10, 15 minutes, take a little stretch, whatever it is.
Listen to us, we're both
I'm doing
really
it already.
You do feel even calmer
I'm
just
calmer
even thinking about it. Okay,
yes.
tomorrow morning, setting the alarm 5 minutes earlier. It's a simpler thing to do to try and battle these January blues. We have to leave it there, but thank you both for your time this morning.
Thank you very, very much.
Now, coming up, the police search Jade's house for hope, but will they find her? We've all the gossip from the Cobbles and Emmerdale next.
Embrace the new year with the Ireland AM Step Challenge. Brought to you by My Life from Irish Life.